The hotel Wi-Fi remembered his device. I wasn't checked in. Hook. The hotel Wi-Fi welcomed him back before he'd even typed a password. "Hello, Daniel." It glowed on the tablet by the bed, a greeting that didn't belong to our weekend away. We'd never been there together. The network remembered his device the way skin remembers hands. I watched the letters burn on the screen while he set down the complimentary water, too carefully for someone innocent. "My name is Adrian. I'm 35. I write copy that convinces people their schedules are lifestyles. My husband is Daniel. He designs exhibitions that trick light into telling the truth. We've been married 4 years. Our marriage is an elegant routine. Coffee left where a hand will find it, the good glasses used even for water because ceremony should work shifts, a kiss on the way out that punches the time clock. We are professionals at not breaking. We are amateurs at burning." I hadn't planned the confrontation. I wanted a night that cost points, not guilt, a room with crisp sheets and a window arrogant enough to frame the skyline. But the tablet told me what loyalty programs can't keep quiet. "Been here before?" I asked, thumb tracing the edge of the glass. He froze in that way men do when they want to rehearse, but the curtain has already lifted. "Once," he said. Then, after the kind of pause that rearranges your body, "not alone." "His name?" "Elias." The sound of it bent the room. "He came after the installation opening. We were drunk on flattery. I didn't want to come home smelling like applause." "You kissed him," I said. "It wasn't a question." "Twice. Once because I wanted to be chosen without auditioning. Once because I wanted to hurt us hard enough to move. Both times I thought of you. Both times I kept going." The room performed its affidavit. Air conditioning sighing, elevator cables deciding, a couple 2 doors down laughing like they survived. He stood by the window, back curved in a pose I'd never seen him use for donors. I set my palm where it belongs, between his shoulder blades, pressed into the square that convinces lungs to behave. We kept it clean enough for the lamps, explicit enough that the glass learned our names. My mouth found the place under his jaw where my name pays rent. "I don't want to audition for your forgiveness," he said against my collar. "I want to be chosen and then worth it." "Then stop booking loyalty programs with strangers," I said. "If you need points, earn them here." He laughed, small and unhandsome, and the bed decided to forgive us in advance. We sat, shoulders parallel like tracks that want to meet. He told me the short version of the long story. The opening night donor who introduced Elias, the rooftop toast, the after party where silence was too efficient. He said Elias' name twice and mine enough times to restart the inch behind my sternum. We ordered water instead of wine because sobriety is a better witness. At midnight, the tablet tried to upsell us late checkout. We ignored it. In the morning, we didn't shower. We left the room without touching anything it thought it could charge us for later. At home, I did the thing that makes rooms useful. I taped a square of blue painter's tape to the kitchen window and wrote 807 above it with the pencil that lives by the calendar. "Every night," I said. 4 minutes of breath with your palm where breath listens. Then 3 minutes of inventory, 3 facts, 2 fears, 1 want. No prosecution. At 8:20, water in the good glasses." He nodded. At 8:07, his palm found the back of the heart and my body obeyed like a good employee with a bad boss. The city gave its affidavit, sirens trying to apologize, an elevator negotiating, someone laughing like mercy. We didn't narrate. At 8:12 he said his list, fact, 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 fear, fear, want, which was my name with grammar that made it a verb. We drank our small liturgy at 8:20. The erotic part wasn't the hotel robe, it was repetition. It wasn't tidy. Twice that week he was late and the old monologue in my throat powdered its nose and asked for a microphone. I made it sit by the sink and listen to the refrigerator sermon on patience. Once I saw Elias outside a bar, tie loosened to the illegal degree, laughing with a woman whose earrings looked like punctuation. He lifted 2 fingers, weather, not invitation. I nodded back because spite is expensive and I intend to retire loved. At 3:15 on Thursday, my phone buzzed with a push alert no app admits to sending. Listen to 11 seconds of water. I wrote present/bus stop. He answered present/lighting grid, which is exhibit maker for I'm up where the weight lives, making sure nothing falls on you while you walk under it. We fought competently, like citizens of an apartment building. I asked why applause still dresses as oxygen in his body. He asked why I polish our dignity until it slips. I said I'm tired of writing copy for us that reads like compliance. He said he forgot he could ask me for noise. We traded short, heavy sentences that did their jobs without adjectives. He said Elias' name without flinching. He said mine like an address that had already paid rent. The hotel emailed a survey. How was your stay? I typed. Your water was honest. Your sheets were complicit. We're moving our loyalty program to the kitchen. I didn't send it. I read it at 8:20 and he kissed the hinge of my mouth like feedback should always be taken physically. We made customs at the border of home. When one of us enters, he says, I'm in, because present is sexier than sorry when it's honest. The hallway light is on a sensor. It wakes when we cross. If one of us is late, he sends present place. The lock clicks like a paid witness. We tip it with patience. Relapses came like weather. One night his phone glowed at 12:11 with a name neither of us wanted to see. He let it ring out loud, a small public performance of loyalty for the camera we don't own. Another morning I answered his inventory with a joke, and he said my name twice until the comedian on my tongue sat down. We are still men. We are trying to be men who remember faster. People ask, in bathroom lines and under misbehaving streetlights and over sinks that have witnessed worse, whether there was a villain. They want me to say a man with forgiving wrists, or a hotel with forgiving mirrors, or a husband who outsourced urgency to Wi-Fi. The truth humiliates us evenly, which is why it works. The villain was the version of us that treated heat like an errand and romance like a feature. The miracle was repetitive and small. Knock on our own door, say where we are, put a palm where breath listens, count to 60, try again. The erotic part wasn't a robe surrendering to the idea of shoulders or a tablet glowing cheerful treason. It was water in the good glasses clicking like an alphabet we finally agreed to learn. It was my name in his mouth at the windows blue, spoken like rent paid on time. It was his palm on my back in public, quick. Nothing for cameras, everything for the animal I am. Last night he booked us another staycation, this time at a hotel we've both already corrupted with memory. He forwarded the confirmation to our shared folder, my name written in the companion line where it belongs. So the Wi-Fi can greet you too, he said. Tonight at 7:58 I'll set my phone face down like manners are still a technology worth installing. At 8:07 his palm will find the back of the heart and the tape will remember why it was hired. If we miss, we'll try again. 8:17 10 10 11 11 whenever Mercy clocks in. Somewhere a lobby tablet is glowing hello to the wrong man. Our door knows our knock. It keeps opening when we ask it to.